Hey, babies. So, honestly, I'm in my robe and my scarf because I'm not doing anything today. I'm going to sleep and relax. And tomorrow I'm going to sleep and relax because tomorrow night I got to take my baby girl to Utah. She is going to college soon and I'm crying. So I'm taking her to see her college. And that's why I'm talking to y'all today. Sometimes the people that you expect to be there will not be. I need y'all to understand that. Okay? No matter who you are, no matter what the situation, even if you raise a child, that does not mean that they're going to be there for you once they're an adult, once they're grown, once they grow up. Now, me as the woman that I am and the mom that I am, my kids can always come to me if they choose to. You feel me? But do I think that I'm always going to be able to come to them and lean on them and hug on them and they'll be there for me? I thought that. My oldest kid showed me otherwise. A friend of mine that I've been friends with for 30 years showed me otherwise. So here's the thing. We have this notion in our mind of who we want to be there, who we think is going to have our back, who is always going to be the one we can pick up the phone and call and tell some secrets and shit to. Bless you. But that doesn't mean that that's going to be the case. I might not be in the room the next time she sneezes to say bless you now, will I? Just because you need someone don't mean that they'll always be there. And that's the bottom line. Just because you want someone around doesn't mean that they're always going to be there. And just because you raise someone or you know someone for 30 years, you've known someone your whole life, doesn't mean that they won't change and that you won't know them anymore. Them as a person. Okay? I have a sibling who I just knew I knew. I knew. You know, but here we are as adults. I'm 40. They're 30 something, but we can't even get on a phone call. Even if I pick up the phone and call, I'll get one of those texts like, hey sis, blah, 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 blah. If I called you, I don't want to have a text conversation. And the fact that you're not picking up the phone for me lets me know a lot. But then you turn around and text me. I'm not going to lie. My kids do the same. I haven't seen my son in almost 4 years because he's in the Marines. However, if I pick up the phone and call him, even if it's late at night and I know he's in his room, he'll send me the voicemail and then send me a text. What up, Ma? At that point, I don't want to talk. Because at the end of the day, if you didn't feel the need, and like he told me a long time ago, when somebody really wants to talk to you, they'll pick up the phone and call. But if you didn't feel the need to pick up the phone and answer, why are we going to go back and forth via text? People change, people grow, people evolve, and people obviously end up going in their own directions. But that doesn't mean that they don't care. Sometimes it does, but it doesn't always mean that they don't care. It just means that their life isn't headed in the way that you're headed. Okay, for example, I finally watched that movie about Bonnie and Clyde when they broke out of prison in 1934. One person that helped the police catch them was a guy who grew up with them. And he constantly said how she was so beautiful and so sweet and so outgoing and so loving. And Clyde was just the most awesomest and he would never hurt a fly. These people was downright killing cops. Even if they was robbing banks, they was killing cops. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of cops are bad nowadays. But they're openly just walking over, shooting them in their face. So they had to let him know the people you knew aren't the people that they are anymore. And that is what happens in life. Sometimes the people that you know either outgrow you or undergrow you, and you're not in the same atmosphere. You know, like I said, a friend of mine that I've been friends with 30 years, she just recently showed me that even though she was always on this path of learning herself, she still don't know who she is. And now she's going to follow anybody that she can. And I can't be a part of that. I love you. I just have to separate myself from you. Because you show me who your friends are and then show me who you are. And the people that she surrounds herself are people that will backbite her, that are jealous of her, that will talk about, I don't have time to do any of that. We got to be a team and continue to work. I can't, no. And if you don't know who you are, you fall for anything. And I don't have time for that. I'm on my way up and don't have time to be falling back down. So just because my moral of all of my rambling. I'm having my tea. I'm sorry. It's just because you know a person, just because you grew up with a person, just because you raised a person, just because a person raised you, does not mean that they're always going to be in your life. People part ways, people separate. And what you need to take away from it is you have to accept it and move forward with you and who you are and what you are manifesting and your purpose. Because no, they keep saying you're born in this world alone. You're not. You're actually born in this world with your mama because she almost died giving birth to you. But that don't mean you're always going to want your mama around. Because honestly, as parents, I need y'all to know, sometimes you can do as much as you need to do for your kids. They will not appreciate it. And then you can do little for your kids. They won't appreciate that either. So sometimes you can't win for losing. Okay? And sometimes no matter how hard you try, nobody is going to see the goodness in what you're doing. But you keep doing what you need to do. You keep pushing and you keep being you. As long as you are there for you, that's all that matters. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself a round of applause. Bless yourself when you sneeze. Because you know you won't ever let you down. And that's the mentality you need to have. My baby girl did not like that statement, but I love her and I'm just trying to prepare her for the fact that she's going to college in a state that I'm not going to be living in. And I won't always be there to say, bless you, baby. But I always want my baby girl to know that she is blessed and she is my blessing. All my children are, whether they're talking to me or not. I can't write their narrative. Whatever they feel, and all I can do is be me. But I love y'all to life. Live it. Deuces, babies. Later.